Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Yes, it's Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Professor Melly Mel, the Hood Postman. It is Hood Church. Hood Church. Wait for somebody to jump up in here and see what's going on. How you guys doing out there? Be sure to like, subscribe, and share. Click the notification bell. Drop a comment down below. So when the dope content hit, it'll feel like it's the first and 15. It is Hood Church this morning. That's how we doing it. Hood Church. Yeah, hood church is different. Trust me. Trust and believe in that. Get a few more people up in the chat and then we'll take right off on it. Just want to go over a few things with you guys. This this weekend from Friday till now has been good and bad. Good and bad. And first, let me start off by saying this. And this is right on, Dominic. What's up, man? How you doing? Blessings to you too. Uh, Should you ever find yourself the victim of other people's bitterness, jealousy, lies, and insecurities, don't don't be mad. Remember, things could be worse. You could be them. See, you could be those individuals. You could be those individuals right there. So yes, good morning to you too. Good morning. I don't know if you guys can see me or hear me on Facebook, but definitely good morning to my Facebook friends and family. So with that being said, Friday night, you see, uh, my nephew and grandson was in a horrific, terrible accident. They were actually sitting on L and 30th, right across from the Chevron, waiting for the light to make its change, and two cars in front of them when this guy come barreling down the highway there, and everybody else is at a standstill, but he's not letting up. So I can't determine how fast he's going, but by the look of my car, he was traveling pretty fast because the trunk winded up in the back seat. Thank God nobody was in the back seat and everybody was okay. Bumps and bruises, sore, of course, but that's what we got. They're okay. That's why we have doctors, insurance, and all this other stuff that goes along with that stuff to help make that stuff come out right. So, with that being said, everybody's just fine. I'm cool. I'm good. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for all your concerns. Thank everybody for reaching out to me. Thank everybody for just showing the generosity that I know my people that come from my people. Salute, man. Uncle Frank, what's good? Big West Side, what's good? So what I wanted to talk to you guys about also, I think it was Friday, I did a piece on the Southern Mexicans and also the MA and on their ideologies and where a lot of that stuff come from. I think a lot of those guys, right on stand, had a little bit pushback for us. You know what I mean? But it is what it is, man. Because when you meticulously go down the timeline and look at the history of, I think there's some amazing people that come from Mexico, but unfortunately, there's a percentage of them that takes on this European white supremacy ideology, and they'll set their own culture aside just to be a part of that. And that's all I was articulating. It's not Mexican people. I got friends that are Mexicans, people on the culture. I eat their food. I go to their parties. I do all that with them. But I can't put those people, those good people, in the same circumstance as these people, because who introduced water fountains? These are the white water fountains, and these are the black. Who introduced that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, this is the black, this is a white restaurant, this is the black. So that's all part of a white supremacy. And when you find that same supremacy within the prison system, then it's laced and led by white supremacy. It is what it is. You know, you guys can duck and hide and run from it all you want to, but it is what it is. Shout out to you, Big B. What's happening? So also, I'm about to drop this video probably after I get off this live that I want you guys to check out. It's the earlier history from 1972. And the names are clear, all in the sidewalk. I confirmed that the year that those names was written in that sidewalk was 72. It had the old west side with the bar, the W at the top, S the bottom, east side the same way, the Compton same way. You know what I mean? That was that old school writing back then. You know what I mean? That's how they did it. But it had all the at the heading of all these names. It had, just a countless of names. There was Mad Dog, Moto, Marcellus, Mac Thomas, Jack, uh, Mad Bull, Ronnie, Black, MD, AB, Rossette, Isaacs, just a host of names, and some names not even legible. But I came on the ship so you guys can get an ups on me putting this video out. I want you guys to just go check it out for yourself. And it was actually what we now know as the Front Street. That's the neighborhood that this particular art is in. This particular piece of history, I call it the hood hieroglyphics. The hood hieroglyphics. It's there. It's written down. Nobody can dispute it, change it, or do anything. Though the names that are there are there. Now, your name wasn't there, and I'm not saying that you weren't part of it, but what I am saying though, that knit group of individuals right there seemed to be pretty close and tight. So yeah. So right on, my guy Eyeball, what's going on with you, man? Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying you one of those people that I'm speaking about when I say people that come from that understand their culture, how important your culture is. See, African Americans, so-called African American Black people, we don't have that luxury. We were stripped of language, culture, identity, food, everything. We were stripped of everything, and then we was called ninjas. See, the ninja was created here in America, and they come from nowhere else. That was created right here. So they use their Bible, they use their institutions, their systems, they weaponize the police, and they weaponize other individuals that didn't right on stand appreciate it, didn't stick to their culture, right? These individuals that were weaponized by white supremacy, and part of that is when you look at the Joe Morgans of the world. Joe Morgan was full Caucasian. He was not Hispanic. He was not, although he grew up with them. But you can tell that he understood who he was as a white person as well, even though you know how some people use things to their advantage? We all do it. We all do it. Nobody is exempt from that. There are certain things that come about that you feel that it is to your advantage to become part of it or uh, immerse yourself into it. People do that, but it depends on what are you willing to give yourself to. Understand? So that's a personal thing. I don't give myself to certain things. I don't because I know that my life is fashioned by these two hands right here. And whatever that outcome is, the as to the critical race theory, there's much to learn, much to be taught, and we have to continue to fight against this white supremacy system that doesn't want us to teach our history or get to the bottom of why, the whys. That's it, the whys. And that's what we do over here with the Postman. You know what I mean? I love you guys. You guys are great listeners and followers, and not following in the sense of listening to everything. You guys go back and research and check what I'm saying. Now, there's times when I get stuff wrong, and you guys are letting me know, hey, man, Professor Melly Mel, you got to. But what I do, I'm humble enough, man enough to go back and look at it and say, well, maybe I worded it wrong and they took it out of context. Whatever it may be, I self-correct. You have to always be able to self-correct. And that's what makes you human. The ability to, because all animals and all other species don't have that mechanism. God put that in forward to you. He instilled that into you, mankind. You don't. My mind don't have a color. Your mind don't have a color. None of our minds have a color. We just have minds, right? We, but who put that system in to where we start looking at people? Oh, they black or they Mexican or they, you know what I mean? Because when you break down where Mexico is and what it stood for, it didn't have nothing to do with the native culture. You go back and look at the Aztecs and the Mayans and the Mayan ruins and Incas and Mayas and all these different people that roamed this region. But it was some guy named Vespucci that supposedly discovered gave him the name America. He was an Italian explorer. That's not what this land is. He decided that. A European decided it. I'm sure that the Aztecs and the Mayans and all these different people, they had a whole nother interpretation. So let's get back to that. Let's understand that. Moving forward, then we can go on to all the other things. Like 1519, there was no such thing as a Mexican. That was created by Cortez, the conquistadors, who conquered this land and enslaved all the men, killed off all the men, enslaved the women, impregnated women, and kept their children. That's what they did. That's the brutality that come from that Europeanism. You think Belgium and Portugal, they would took it lightly on Africa, the things that some of they did, and some of the atrocities they committed in the continent? They were fully aware of what they was doing. Yeah, God has given us the opportunity to learn, the opportunity to expand on, improve upon information that's right there. You know, we're gonna at some point we're gonna do something about the handguns. I'm gonna pick handguns from all over, man, and I'm gonna let y'all decide if I'm right or wrong. Is this a handgun? Is that not a handgun? You know what I mean? But yesterday was so amazing, man. We was in the studios in Redondo Beach, myself, Friday All Running Love. We did we called it the Caffeine Team. It was a podcast, and hopefully we get picked up or whatever, you know. But if not, we'll still keep improving upon, you know. Yes, you're right, B. Cortez took over Mexico, 95% of them became Spanish. Exactly. When they spoke something else. You going to put Big U on it? Big U. I mean, we'll put Big U on what? No, this is another video. I'm talking about the earlier history, boy. Big West Side. Big U had nothing to do with that. Big U was some guy that grew up on the west side of Los Angeles, became Road to 60, went to prison, and allegedly he said he knocked out 32 Mexicans in a war, but I doubt it. I just after you fight one or two dudes, man, you tired. you know, three, yeah, maybe. You get beyond that, bro. You doing some Bruce Lee movie type stuff. That's just the fact of that matter. And I ain't got nothing to speak to you. I just think that it's an over exaggerated story. Yeah, so yeah, but the origins, and you'll see. Watch when I drop the actual clip, or it's like think about 12 minutes long, and I haven't titled it yet, but they got names that's written on the sidewalk. They got Mad Dog, Moto, and all the names I just said. Marcellus, Mac Thomas, you know, Hoodie from the Hood. What's up, man? You have a blessed Sunday as well. So as I get the opportunity to grow and expand, I try. I have to go out and do my studies and make sure I'm correct on what I'm speaking on. You know what I mean? And like I say, I love that culture that came from Mexico. I love the food and a lot of the people that ways and what they do. You know, but then there's some of them that got attracted to white supremacist ideology and they followed it. I ain't got no problem with that. but stand on it. Stand on it. Don't try to convince me that Joe Morgan was somebody more than what he was. He was Croatian, that is European. So therefore, he grew up with a European ideology. Did he identify with Latinos and Mexicans? Sure, he did. Sure, he did. But what do you think when the Aryan Brotherhood, when they saw him in there, what do you think they said to him? You know what I mean? How do you know that they didn't come together and undermine that whole cadre? Because at that time they was looking for allies, right? They was looking for allies, and what better ally to have than somebody that believe in your idea, that believe that this water fountain belonged to us and your water fountain is over there. You know what I mean? Or your bathroom is right here and your bathroom is over there. Aren't we all people? We all belong to one race, and that's the human race. But it was some white individual that decided to separate everything. You know, yeah. You're right. Yeah, he was the first black president. I mean, you guys, as Jazz Caprian, that's a good question, man. I haven't got that far yet. I wanna tackle that Asiatic Supreme tackle. Who actually started the low riding first? Archangel, man. What's happening, man? Yeah, 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 the reptilian race, man. We got many names for them, bro. But again, once again, the ninja was created here in America, and we bought into it because if you look at the rap, the drill music, and everything that's going on, it's hard to get out of that sequence because you got to first take the lies out and then replace it with the truth. And once you place it with the truth begins to assimilate and take order because it attaches itself to the DNA. See, because read, it means to re-add to your DNA. See, there's things already in your DNA, but it's being you're on such a bad frequency because of some of the things you allow to get in your thinking in your thought process. So those things are weaponized. When I say weaponized, it's institutions, it's systemic, and a lot of different things they use to weaponize it in order to keep you off center, off balanced. So to read means to re-add to your DNA. Got it? So when you go back, that's why it's important when you go back to the Anunnaki and read in the Sumerian text, you read and you tried it, and all those individuals that took apart all that and read it and was able to decipher. A lot of it has still not been deciphered. And they try to understood how we came about and who we are and all this stuff. You know, what's good? What's good? What's good, fam? I see you, Andre. Yeah, that's it. Build on the positive and destroy the negative. Stimulate. Yeah, yeah, that's true, Asiatic. What you tell them to go watch? Let me see what you tell them to go watch. The video you did about Bozo. Yeah, yeah, and I understood where Bozo was coming from. Don't get it wrong. I understood where he's coming from. But in order to articulate that story, you got to go all the way back to why you guys are in that space. Artificial ingredients, everything up. Yeah, yeah. I started low, right? But you know what? I'm gonna talk to Rod Parker about that. That's what I'm gonna do because I think he can definitely give me a good understanding of it. Because Rod, man, he was one of the best at that. He had that 1978 Lincoln Continental front and back on Zeniths off the showroom. When he went to the showroom floor and bought that, that was unheard of at that time. Put that thing on Zeniths and put it out. He was the first to do that. So yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about that because I think he'll be honest in it. You know they can mess up with your frequency from the vibrations that they put in the ground. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, it's all governmental control, of course. It's a battle, but it's a way to maintain a positive life. Yeah, but see, because what you give yourself to is what you believe in, and what you believe in becomes your life. But know this: that karma has no expiration date. Email. When are you going to do a show about Baby Gangster? I've talked about G about a few times. But yeah, I can definitely do that. That's my homie. Yeah, yeah. You keep saying they started in the 50s and 60s when you used to rob their people, but I told him it goes back further, like what we're. Yeah, yeah. They keep saying it started in the 50s. Yeah, it go back a lot farther than that. A lot farther. That's the middle of the horse ride, right? A lot further than that. Just a lot further. You're right. Hoodies from the hood. So yeah, we got over in Redondo Beach, we have a studio over there where we'll be running this podcast. We got an amazing producer director by the name of Charlie Watts. You probably seen some pictures of me. He owns a array of instruments and recording studio, and it's just it's an amazing studio, man. It's really really high dollar stuff. Baby grand pianos. He got Rhodes pianos. He got all that stuff, man. And, yeah, it's gonna work out really well. Salute to the professor. Right on, man. So, anybody have any more questions in regards to what we discussed? And salute, Mike Morris. How you doing this morning, man? How you doing out there in Texas, in the big Texas, the Bigfoot country? Here, everything's big. Everything's better. What is that? HEB, something like that. What's the name of that store, Mike? HEB, right? I believe that was the name of that grocery chain out there. Whataburgers, Papa Do's, Breakfast Club, some of them are my favorite places to go eat it while I'm in Texas. And you can't forget the Big Red soda, even though I don't drink soda, but they love them some Big Red soda pop in Texas. Yeah, yeah, that could be definitely do me doing that, interviewing Al Prophet and seeing. But he made the statement, Detroit made, LA paid. So that kind of stuck in my mind. That's something to go back to him and let's get some commentary behind it. Let's get some information behind what are you saying, Al? You know, chilling in the cool AC is 100 degrees here. I feel your pain, bro. I feel your pain. Yeah, so also went to Al's studio. Al has a very American dope. The American Dope studio is super dope, man. So yeah, had a lot of things running around, and Marlena Williams always tell me I need to rest, you know. But had to get it done. Roddy Rich, 4 counts of weapons charges in New York. Yeah, man. When did that happen? That's another. That's church right there. That's hood church right there. Because we got to talk about these things in hood church. I did not get that in the news feed, but what happened on that? What's going on with Roddy Rich? Rodeo Rico arrested in New York. Okay, Roddy Rico. Now Roddy Rich. Let me see what you say. Okay, that seemed like not his character, but so maybe you made a mistake in the name, right? Can anybody verify that information he just said? Anybody verify that information, whether it's Roddy Rich or Roddy Rico? Nothing funner than an app delivering food to the crib. Oh, your computer have a typo. Okay. So who was it though? You still didn't clarify. Roddy Rich. It's Roddy Rich, big homie. Mel, it's Roddy Rich. Let's see. Yeah, we gotta know, man. Mel, it is that cool. Okay, right on, Troy. Right on, nephew. Yeah, that's a code. That New York is the place you don't want to get charged with weapons. You seen what Plexico Burris, he lost his whole career and he shot himself in the foot. You do not want to get you do not want to get caught in New York with firearms for no reason. It's riding around like that, man. Roddy Rich got to beat it. I ain't gonna say it. I'm gonna keep that. You don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. Because here's the thing, man. You had I think they left put 20 million on the table for you. You got your money up. Yeah, little baby got to watch out too. A lot of these rappers, man, they don't understand. They coming for him, man. They are coming for him. It goes back to what I said too. Remember when I told you guys about NWA, right? When they first broke, 1988. Mike Marks told me that 1988 broke what? Straight out of Compton. The boys of hood are always hard. Gangster, gangster. What do they yelling? And F the police. All these harsh lyrics, right? But what you got to understand, there's a cause and effect. Cause and effect. So, what impact would that have on the greater society? Although those words and those songs enrich those 4 or 5 individuals, but did we suffer behind it? Did we suffer behind Minister Society, Color, South Central, and all these different movies that try to depict us and pigeonhole us in a way that we were this? No, there's very, very talented people that come from our community. Very, very talented. We got artists, musicians, fashion. We got people that know numbers, that do business, and John Hope Bryant come from Compton. The Serena Williams coming up. Ava DuVernay, Anthony Anderson, all the Renzo Romar and Purvis Miller at the time. Dennis Johnson, Jeff DePonte, Huey Brooks, Kenny Landreau, all these different people, amazing people that went on to do some amazing things that come from places, but yet people want to hold us Harpy to he's not smart, young. So, Mike, did you check it out? It's actually Roddy Rich. Yeah, Lil Wayne learned. It had it been for Trump, Lil Wayne would be somewhere in a federal prison because they do not care how much money you got, bro. They just don't. Yeah, that's the narrative they put. But here's the thing, man. They was systematically and are already trying to not let us into the workforce. You know, that was on purpose. And they really don't want them having the type of money to play around. No, they don't. But that's why, remember, I told you guys we need a socialization program for rappers. In other words, we want to be able to socialize them to understand the impact, the significance, and everything they're doing with this money and what they should do with the money. Bottom line, ground king, peace, beast, fear none, over time you will know me. What does that mean? What does that mean, bro? I know. I mean, it sounds Good, I don't know, but I don't know what it means. Yeah, that's a good history assignment, man. A good history assignment. But they'll skip past that part, bro. Trust me, they'll skip past. They'll skip past that part. Roddy Rich arrested on weapon charges for Governor Ball performing. I'm on Clubhouse also. Wack 100 is speaking on it. Of course, Wack would speak on it. That's what Wack do, man. Wack be on it, man. I can't take that from him. He be on it, man. He be on it. You out there doing some crazy stuff, and Wack knew about it. He put it out there. Shout out to the winner circle. Yeah. What's up, Devon? Oh man, we just speaking of, just getting at it, man. We just freestyling today. It's Hood Church Sunday. That's what it is. Hood Church, man. This is where we talk about all the mess, shenanigans, celebrity junk, hood junk, everyday individual junk, celebrity. Well, I said celebrities, but civilians. Civilians they got junk in their closet too. We all do. So nothing is barred here. We ain't specifically talking about what the gangs do or don't do because that's just something to the side. That's about that big, you know what I mean, compared to this big ass sphere we in, this big ass metropolis, this big ass world, this big universe, So we can't get stuck on the finite. We on the infinite, bro. Conrad, kiss A, well, my God, right there. What's up, kids? What's happening, man? We got to do that mental health thing too, kids, because that's very necessary talk we need to have. Definitely. Mike Hunter knows he was his third man on the. Yeah, well, yeah. Let's go beyond. Let's say, let's go beyond the workforce. They didn't do it. Let's go beyond the workforce. They didn't want to let us into the dinner to get food and sit down with them. Bump it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool. Yeah, they had all kind of traps out there. Right on, bottom line. I just was trying to. I wasn't saying you weren't. I just didn't. Was trying to understand what you were saying. That's all. I didn't know what it exactly. I want to be clear when people put stuff. I want to know because sometimes you can text something in your mind. You know fully aware of what it is, but if I see it from a text perspective, I gotta like, do I go with this or do I, So when you clear it up, then I know like, okay, yeah, I know where he's at. Right on, Kizzy. Most of you guys that be in here, man, y'all intelligent, man. Y'all be y'all be I'll be saying what I'm saying, but y'all be putting some stuff in the chat, man, to be keep these cats, man, the ones that be trying to just lob something out there and y'all taking it, cracking out the park. they, they be in their feelings because y'all well studied. Y'all understand the importance of going in and doing the research and coming to a conclusion that's sensical, you know. Oh, it was one firearm and four people. Okay, in that sense, we all know that Roddy Rich is not gonna ride that. Mm-mm. No way. 20 million? The 20 million that he got sitting up in the bank somewhere says he's not gonna ride that. Somebody else is gonna take that. But like I say, man, the firearms possession in New York City, if you are out of town, even if you live in New York, is severe. Plexico Burris, go look it up. Shot himself, played with the New York Giants, shot himself in the foot with his own gun. I don't know if I believe it's an illegal gun, but it was in his. That's just what they. Yeah. Well, Roddy Rich is not gonna ride that. So where we at with the baby, man? The baby and then we got Meg the Stallion, you know, Do these rappers and some of these people we call celebrities, do you guys think they fully understand the consequences of their own actions? Or some of the things they look to put their hands into? What about the guys that be having the money stacked up to their ears? That's hilarious to me, man. You know, they customers, man. They consumers, man. They belong to the Gucci family. Although I wear Gucci, I know that, but my Gucci is old, bro. I've been at it for a while. I haven't went and bought out. I haven't went and bought no new Gucci. But once you find out that you belong to the Gucci family or the Neiman Marcus family or the Chanel family, you a slave to them, you be like, you start to rethink things, man. That's what they do in New York, Kizzy. Trust me, that's what they do. They only did it because they know that Roddy Rich got money and all the other people that's involved on his team possibly are invested in some kind of way. They probably have money. It could be his manager, road manager. You know what I mean? So all these people, yeah, they're gonna charge them all. And one of them gonna have to take that gun. I don't know who they're gonna pick. Maybe it'd be an eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Catch a tiger by his toe. If he holler, let him go. One of them type of situations, because you know mouth out bail will come into place at some point. Somebody gonna mouth out the bailout. That's what that means. Mouth out bail. They will mouth out to bail out. That's just what some of our people do. They don't understand that if they keep their mouth shut, buckle down, ride a few days, they really don't have nothing no way. So nine times out again, DAs reject a lot of stuff when people just. I've been in those circumstances, man. Me and my homie Gabo, we got picked up a while. This was years ago, and they knew it was a GTA. They knew the car was right there. They didn't see us get in the car or get out the car, but they knew it was right there. And the way we was walking, they knew we was going. But we spotted them down there looking. You know what I mean? Like, man. So we veered off from going to. So I got the B10, not the B10, but the Craftsman screwdriver in my back pocket, right? And he had device grips. So they arrested us for a GTA. So they took us down there and said, man, we know y'all was in that car. You know what you're talking about. What car? They tried to they tried to tell me that Gabe was telling on me. They told him I was telling on him. Man, I don't even know who is that. Matter of fact, I don't even know who that is, man. That dude just was walking, man. I don't know him. That was our story. We stuck to that. 2 days later, boop, door came over. We went home. Because we understood the power of just being quiet. We didn't want to talk to nobody. We didn't want no phone calls. None of that. See, because people would jump on the phone and start, hey, hurry up, get down there, and just start rattling off some stuff over the phone. Bam. They don't record it, shot it to the prosecutor. Now they got you on court based on your phone conversation. Bang that like button, man. So, but that just, when you have those understandings with your homie, when you out there doing what you're doing, have an understanding with your homie or the person you're doing. If you don't, or at least read the federal guidelines, the federal sentencing, understand what that crime carries. If you happen to be apprehended for it, understand all that. Then you know what you're up against. You know how to fight it. That's why we bought on Donita Bishop. Rule number one, keep your mouth shut. Rule number one. My homie Kizzy know that well. He done that. He's been in that same circumstance, even though it was a grave situation. You know what I mean? But he understood that, man. And I'm not gonna tell his business, but yeah, he's been in that situation. That's my homeboy. He knows that. We grew up like that. Dave is social. I don't even know that, man. Well, one time I went to jail, I didn't know nothing. They put me in a white suit, bro. Showing up. They asked me, I didn't know my name. I didn't know nothing. I went straight on the dummy because it was one of them situations where it was some real serious stuff going on, right? So I went straight on the dummy, man. They put me in a white suit. They took all my clothes, put me in a white suit, sent me to what was it? One of them was it one of them psychiatrist places, man. To get, I rode it all the way through. Bam, 3 days later, bam, I'm out. Guster Hawkins, I'm out. Didn't say nothing. After they told me I can make phone, I can call somebody to pick me up, I can talk now. I'm gone. It's funny how people don't know that though. It's just funny to me. Yeah, it's not about what you do, it's about what they can improve. And see, let me tell you something about attorneys, right? Attorneys, right? And prosecutors. It's the one that could tell the best lie and convince the jury because they all lying. Your attorney lying, the prosecutor lying, and the judge sitting there listening to the lies. But whoever tells the best lie, because I've been in jury trial, I went to judge trial. I said, forget the jury. Because I knew the judge had to follow the law. I ain't said nothing. Nothing for nothing leaves nothing. And the judge ruled in my favor. Hey, bye-bye. The judge ruled in my favor. Because there was nothing there. There's nothing they can prove. I ain't said nothing. It got so bad, the guy name was, Kizzy probably remember that guy named Preston. Preston put a gun up to my head. Told me he gonna blow my brains out if I'm telling. And I'm not telling you nothing. And I'm not even a hard dude. But I don't see some of the hardest, toughest dudes in the world, man. I'm talking about, man, let it go. Let it go. But anyway, we ain't gonna get on that. Get off of that stuff. Man, it's been good. No, I didn't know my name. I did not know my name. Couldn't know it. Man, these people trying to put me away, Kizzy. I don't know my name. Name. Yeah, I got to figure that out. Don't they get paid to do a job? Why should I help them? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like the ability or defense attorneys or they all been prosecutors. Man, they all in cahoots. Kids, they all in cahoots. I don't trust them people. I don't even know these people. I don't even know you. You come in and thought about you, my attorney. Are you my attorney? I don't even know you. The state paid you to rep. No, they didn't. They paid you to represent me. Nope. Yeah, it blows. It blows. It's mind blowing. It's mind blowing. Definitely mind blowing. So I guess, man, I'm gonna drop the video about the culture, right? Well, the 1971, 72 history. I'm gonna drop it around about 5 o'clock. What you guys think on that? Do you remember him and the crew? uh, yeah, they do like it's regular talk. Regular talk. Yeah, you're right. What do you guys think about the history? Where I'm talking about, I got it all down. I videotaped the actual names etched in the sidewalk, man, and you can see the way those names are written. It's almost like them dudes is in the preschool or something because the way they was writing. Yeah, I would love to interview her. I think that would be definitely be interesting, being that I did have a history with Tookie. and I knew, hung out. I think that would be very interesting. Maybe I'll look into it, bro. I'm in 1991, baby. I like to see the era different. Can't make one to see it. Yeah, because I just did this live. I don't want that to offset the algorithm. You know what I mean? So I think I dropped it around about 5. I got to run out to the store and give me some supplies so I can put them on the truck. Water, food. I usually go get water, fruit, some nuts, stuff like that. I don't get no heavy food. I'm telling you, man, I see people driving trucks. They be 300 and 400 pounds, man. I'm fighting that stuff. I know I'm a big guy, man, but I'm fighting that one. No, they can make money, can't get them out of anything. He's lost, so your money is nothing. Who goes backwards when the rich? I really want a rapper to explain. Yeah, they ain't gonna be able to explain that, bro. Because they, first of all, they think they on top of the world because they got the money. But when you see all these dudes in there with all these chains on and all these bricks of money, and the only thing they can think about is throwing money on top of half naked women, or that went out and got BBLs, Dr. Miami, and all that stuff. Like that stuff is really something. I mean, it look good. Don't get me wrong, but it's fake. It's fake. Any woman that's willing to butcher herself and to that degree, she's willing to. You got to know that she's willing to do anything at that point. And that means throwing you under the bridge. Any woman that's willing to go through all that pain, get the liposuction, get all the stuff and stuffed it in their booties and stuffed it in their tip. Don't that stuff do not come without pain, bro. Let them carve up their face and all that stuff. All that is very, very move a rib out, man. Who does that? God sent you here with the ribs you got. If He wanted you to have less, He would have took one away. So that stuff is very, 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 very painful. Anybody who's willing to subject themselves to that much pain for aesthetics to look to give you a certain type of look, or because who they doing it for? Most of these women is doing this stuff for other women. A lot of men don't even like it. Have you ever felt one of them fake booties? And one of them fake boobies? The moment you start squeezing on it, bro, you know. Trust me, you know. Crypto ATM, California prisons, and now issuing personal tablets for emails and personal phone calls. Imagine intelligence gathering. They are, yeah. That is an intelligence gathering campaign. Because you know what happened, kids? They realized they couldn't get past the cell phone thing. There are so many cell phones that's winding up, and I'm not gonna get into too much. You guys know what I'm saying. Um, so if you can't beat them, why not join them? Right? If you join them, then you got control of the situation. You made it a softer landing for them. Now they don't have to hide, tuck, and do whatever else, the keister and all that stuff. Now they put it right there. You got it right there for them. They could just, and from what I understand, I think they allowed to keep it in their possessions. Is am I right about that, kids? Cali Bay checking in. What's up to my Bay partner, man? My partner, Lil D out there, Lil Daryl Reed, Lil partner, JB, James Beasley. Them all my boys, man. T Fats and all them cats out there, man. Big Black out there too. Them all Black and Lil D, 6ix9ine Village. But then I got some partners in the Acorn too now. Can't leave them out. Yeah. Shout out to Oakland and San Francisco and Sacramento. Stack a dollar out of Sacramento. Shout out to them, man. Yeah, man, for sure. From the Bay to LA, for sure, man. Right on, man. I like what JT the bigger figure, man. JT the bigger figure, man. He is that bigger figure, man. Shout out to salute to him, man. See what he doing, man. He moving right, man. What's up, Fast T? Man, right on, Charles Davis. Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Oh, be more careful. Them my people's out there, man. That's where that man, the wire. That's where that started. That's where that started, man. Omar coming. True story. The Barksdale's out there, right? True story. Man, touch that likes button, man. Man, drop a couple coins in there too, man. Don't forget that. This is an amazing thing. I'll tell you, man, these last couple of days been like, ooh, they've been fleeting, man. And when you trust me, man, when you hit that 63 mark, man, you be getting to feel it. I used to just go through stuff, man, and wouldn't even think about it, right? Man, now I got to like, wait a minute, let me get this rest in because I know I'm gonna need it for tomorrow. you know, got to get that rest in, man. But the trucking industry, man, anybody looking to get in the trucking industry, I suggest you do it because the trucking industry is so wide open. There's so many opportunities in it. The opportunities are to you. Other words, there's some guys that make millions in their trucking industry. There's some guys that make a couple 100,000, 500,000, all the way down to about 80, 90, to 120,000, right? I think at the lowest on the trucking, on the scheme of trucking, I think it's probably about 70. That'll be at the lowest, bro. But what I'm telling you is that it's up to you where you want to take it in trucking because you get that one truck, get two, three trucks, you in, you know. And a lot of these companies, man, because know this, right? 80% of the freight that moves in this country moves through truck. So that's not going. How do you move the freight without a truck, right? How do you move it without a truck? There's nothing, whether it's goods, home goods, perishables, food, groceries, all this stuff. All this stuff comes through truck, bro. And what I learned about trucking, because I've been in it since 98, right? I've been dabbling with trucks since 98, right? But I learned about it that most of these companies, they don't care what kind of time you did, how many felonies you got. They don't. What they want to know: do you have the ability to move the load from A to B to C to D and back to A? That's what they want to know. They don't want to know nothing else. They don't care. But that shows you the biases in the workforce because they'll tell you you can't be this and that if you got a felony and all that stuff. But yeah, they trust you moving their food and everything else if you have a felony. You know, they don't care at that point, right? But they just don't want you to be a dog catcher. They don't want you to be a police. They don't want you to be a fireman or a doctor. But some of the worst people with the worst attitudes are those things I just named. Most of the people that's committing these type of heinous crimes is going in there. They come from great backgrounds. They come from upper middle class living. They have both parents. They have money. They have everything. Anytime an 18-year-old can go walk into a gun store and purchase a long gun, AR, and all this stuff, where you get the money from? Can't no kid in the hood do that. They ain't got the money to go do it. Makes sense, right? So what I'm telling you, man, is that it's all smoke and mirrors, man. What's behind the appearance is always the reality. Always like it's like the Wizard of Oz, where you see the great wizard pulling all the you don't see him yet, but he's making all this smoke and this this big ferocious guy that's talking down on the little dog Toto and Dorothy and the lion and and the Tin Man and the Scarecrow. They are frightened to death, right? But it was the little dog that went back and pulled the curtain back and exposed this little feeble man, making it appear that he was the monster when he was just an old little feeble man. So what's behind the appearance is always the reality. All you gotta do is look behind the curtain. See? Just that simple. A lot of stimulus money and went to gun sales. I agree with that. Gun sales are way up, bro. Yeah. Let's see what he say right there. While the Americans sit on a lot of oil reserves, but yet the fleece the American people use in Saudi Arabia oil. Yeah, because here's the thing, you know how America is. They want everybody else to run out and be suffering, then they got the market. That's just how America is. A lot of people don't even know that America controls the rice market. It's one of the reasons why China won't do anything, because America controls the rice market. America controls the oil market. America controls most markets, bro. You will not see another country jump up and think they can attack us. We got way too many guns in this country. It just won't happen. I mean, like, granted, somebody don't just say, "Hey, we just gonna destroy the whole world," and everybody go. You know what I mean? Other than that, none of those other countries are ever try to. As long as we hold them cards. So if China didn't have rice, how could they feed their people? I don't know. Check it out. Don't believe me? Just check it out. What Americans did, they poisoned all the rice they could in Vietnam and other places with Agent Orange back in the day. And now even if you do grow crops back in those, because the soil was no good. They know these people are diabolical. They know what they do. They know they do it with precision, extreme calculation. That's why all this other stuff doesn't even. Man, I know it. I know, man. Go read William Milton Cooper, Naval Intelligence, Behold a Pale Horse. He talked about the stuff that's happening now in 89, 90 in a book. He talked about it. It's all in there. Everything from the disease to the microchips to the missiles and everything that they put into place. All that. Everything. Ace of Spades. Glad you good. That car looks bad. Yeah, it do look bad, man. It's real bad. But man, everybody good though, man. You know, that's the important part. But y'all never did tell me what time you think I should drop this video, man. I think I'm just gonna drop it at 5 since y'all don't want that. I think that'd be a good time. And then y'all can see Big David Clark, aka Mad Dog Moto, Marcellus, Lil James, AB Black, Big Jack, all their names. Mac Thomas etched in the sidewalk in 1972, and it's still there. I went and captured it, filmed it, and made a video about it. So I'll put it up at 5. I'll put it up at 5. Man, to the end, man, you guys be good, be safe, most of all, be well. Continue to like, subscribe, and share, and drop a comment down below. Click the notification bell, because when this dope content hit, it's going to feel like the first of the 15. Peace to everybody, man. Enjoy your Sunday. Church is over. Church is out. Go ahead and lock the door because we are gone.